Thanks for joining us on CBS 19 Plus. And today, I know it's really hot outside, so I thought I'd start by lightening your day up with a picture of a dog. Look at that. Doesn't that just brighten you up? Bright just like the sunshine that we've got outside. But really, I wanted to start talking about this first because we are officially into the dog days of summer, and it goes until just about August 14th. So we're going to be in it for just a bit. But why we call it that? Well, it's because the dog star, which it's labeled as Sirius, is closest to us at this point. And the Romans mistaked this star being really close to us as it making the earth hotter. And that's why we're really, really hot. So we hear the dog days of summer and heat pairing together. But what it means for us, well, now between July 25th and August 14th, our average high is going to be 96, which we would take the average high right now with the temperatures that we are seeing because it is hot outside. Triple digits are to be expected all throughout this week, and that's just going to be the story for the rest of this week and into next week. So first, I wanted to start with the water vapor animation just because I feel like this is a great visual, especially if you know what you're looking at, to see how the weather pattern is contributing to the hot temperatures that we have. So first, I like to just show you this clockwise rotation that we have, and that's because we have this high pressure just sitting over us that's causing compressional warming. You've probably heard me mention it multiple times, and every time I say it, I just want to let you know, compressional warming, big word. All it means is it's just hot, and it's causing the air to sink down, and when the air is sinking, it's just really warm, and it's just staying almost like a cap on top of us. If you think about a water bottle, it's just like a lid right there on top of us that's just keeping us really, really hot. So that's that high pressure, and then just around it, which I see this all the time, and I always tell people in the summer, you have these things called ridge runners, and those are just storms that form just along the ridge of high pressure that's over us, making us hot, and then you've got the storms that just form right across it. So those people up to the north are getting those storms, and it's helping them out, cool them off more than we are seeing, because look, the temperature trend for the next week, and on into next week, do you see all those triple digits? It's just going to be raging outside between 103 and 104, and then the coolest we've got is 98. So that's just going to be the story. Like I said, average high, we would take that right now because of how hot it is. So today, I always tell you, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. But what are some tips that I can give you to help you out with the heat? That's what I really wanted to focus our time together with, telling you some of these tips. So starting by energy saving tips, we got to look at our thermostat because energy bills are going to run high because your energy is doing a lot of work right now because of how hot it is. It's trying to keep you cool. So thermostat, set it as high as you can take it. Every degree actually saves about 6% to 8% of energy, which is good to know. Set that thermostat higher when the family is away, which is big because a lot of us are on vacation right now. We're trying to go somewhere cooler. Well, while we're doing that, make sure you set that thermostat up high because that'll only help conserve energy. Watch the windows. Close the window shades. That is something big because if you are keeping those window shades open, well, the sun, and we know the Texas sun, I feel like it's just hotter down here personally, but as it's going into your house, it's only warming it up more, causing your thermostat to do more work. So make sure you turn off, close those shades, turn the fans off, or turn fans on. Don't turn them off. You need to keep it cool around the area, and then just use those larger appliances early or in the evening. And when we're talking about how hot it's getting outside, we also got to talk about heat illnesses because that is really big this time of year. And I know you've been seeing a lot about it on the news. Well, that's because we have to make sure we're keeping ourselves equipped to deal with this type of heat. So I just wanted to show you the differences between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Look at these symptoms that I'm going to put up on the screen. Faint or dizziness is heat exhaustion, while throbbing headache is heat stroke. So you'll see these two main differences between heat exhaustion, which it's still a big deal. It's still something that should be taken seriously. Heat stroke becomes a lot more dangerous either way. So you have excessive sweating, no sweating, or just the texture in your skin and how cool or how hot you are, even red and pale. We have to look at those, nausea and vomiting, and then lastly, that rapid weak pulse or rapid strong pulse. all of these things should be taken very seriously. If you see anyone that you know, some of your loved ones going through it, or even just people outside, we've all got to take care of each other while we're dealing with this heat. Get a cool air-conditioned place for those with heat exhaustion. Drink that water if conscious, and then take a cool shower. I've been seeing a lot that the fire department has been using ice baths to cool people down and to treat heat stroke symptoms or heat exhaustion symptoms. So do that, and then if you do see someone with heat stroke, call 911 and definitely get them with some emergency officials very quickly. All right, second thing, hot weather reminders. Hydrating. Drink that water. I know everyone's like, I'm just gonna go and get me a sweet tea. That was me today, actually. But we've got to drink our water more than we're drinking our sweet tea this summer, because that's what will help us sustain through the day as we're out in the sun, especially if you are an outdoor worker. So drink 8 bottles of water a day. I know that's crazy, but if you don't want to use all those plastic water bottles and you want to be more, I guess, earth friendly, you can always get you a reusable water bottle. They're a couple bucks at the store. Just bring it with you and then just keep drinking it throughout the day. And then stay in shade as much as possible. Peak heating, just around 4:30 to 5:30, you do not want to be outside during that time because it is hot and the sun rays are very, very strong. I think our UV right now is just extreme around 11. So it's hot. You need to wear that clothing, that lightweight clothing, and light colored clothing. I say that because many people don't realize that the color that you're wearing actually contributes to just how hot you can get. So it can absorb the sun rays if you're wearing dark colors, and it can also reflect and keep you cooler if you're wearing light colors. Keep those pet and children out of the car. So what does it feel like for them? Well, just around the temperatures, you can see, if I had to summarize this entire thing up, what the temperature feels like outside and then on concrete and asphalt is way different in comparison. So just by 95, the concrete feels like 140 and the asphalt feels like 155. So hold your hand down on the pavement, and if it's too hot for your hand for 5 seconds, then it's too hot for your pet. So just keep them inside. Also monitor that fire danger. We're seeing the ratings start to increase on everyone at this point, where it's getting drier as we're not seeing much rain right now, and the heat is only increasing and increasing. So we've got to monitor that. That's why we have those fire bans or the burn bans out in effect right now, and you can see more counties in deep East Texas are being added to this burn ban, and I only see more increasing as we go throughout the summer because we're not getting any rain right now and we're seeing triple digits. So that's for elevated wildfire risk and elevated poor air quality risk as well. So let's just summarize it up. You know, that's what I like to do at the end of our CBS 19 Plus time together. We just see triple digits. That's about it. We've got triple digits all throughout this week, going into the weekend and into next week. And then our first chance of some rain will be just on into very end of next week. So we'll keep you monitored on that. We're definitely keeping our fingers and toes crossed. But thank you for joining us for CBS 19 Plus, and stay cool out there.